Welcome to the party. It's your watch time friend. If you're seeing me, if you're listening, then it's time to watch something. Ooh, something. Ooh.
What's up, guys? It's your girl D, and this is Watch Time Friends, where you watch stuff with me, your friend D, because my other friends don't like me enough to do it. Today, we are watching Attack on Titan. This is season 3, episodes 3 and 4. Last time, we got an introduction to he's a bad guy, named Kenny. He's taking out MPs left and right, presumably because he was hired to do so. Also, Levi used to live with him. We don't know to what extent they know each other. Kenny keeps alluding to the fact that he raised Levi, so I'm just gonna go with that. But yeah, I think now Historia and Eren have been captured by Historia's dad. So yeah. And apparently the Rice family is the rightful heir to the throne, or the rightful royal family, they said. Which, I could see that. I could see how if the people that follow them listen to the Rice family, but they have a king, the whole place has a king that is somebody else, right? All the heat and things is gonna be on the king, whoever is the figurehead. Then the Rice family can pull their strings behind the scenes without anybody really looking too hard at them. So in that case, I could see that. That's not really that crazy. I still want to know some more backstory about why did they do it this way? What does the church know about the Titans in the gosh dang wall, and why are they hiding it? Well, how did that even happen in the first place? Does Historia know anything? Because she hasn't really been saying much. So I wonder, they're all worried about what the scouts could have possibly learned from her, or just in general, but she doesn't seem to, I won't say she doesn't know anything, but she hasn't been saying anything as far as we can tell. So does she know? I'm interested to see where we go from here. So yeah, I'm not gonna hold y'all up. Let's watch something.
I was born on a small farmstead in the northern lands of Walrose. It was owned by the noble Rice family.
Oh, so she's telling us. Oh, this must be the past, because right now she's with her dad. So I guess we're gonna see what
Far back
all they know about her family so far.
on the farm. But my mother was always reading books. She didn't care to work, and no one cared to make her. She was
Okay.
a beautiful woman.
Who's running the ranch?
Most nights someone would come for her in a carriage.
Sorry. Who's running the ranch?
Wearing fancy clothes. For me, that was just life as I knew it. But when I learned to read and write, I started picking up books to imitate my mother. And they taught me just how alone I was.
Oh, dang.
In all the stories I read in those books, parents cared about their children. They talked to them, hugged them, scolded them. I had never experienced any of those things. One day, out of curiosity, I decided to try hugging my mother. I guess I just wanted to see what kind of face she'd make.
Oh my gosh.
She ended up shoving me away from her.
She didn't shove you, she freaking threw you.
Acknowledged me. So it actually made me happy.
If only I wasn't such a coward, I could have killed it.
Could have killed what?
Those were the first words my mother ever said to me. She went to live somewhere else after that.
What the heck?
Here for a long time. And then, 5 years ago, just a few days
Who raised you?
fell, I finally met my father.
Historia, my name's Rod Rice. I wish that we could have met sooner.
That's how you spell it.
Father.
That man, he was the lord of the land I'd grown up on. The mother I hadn't seen in years. Terribly frightened.
Now listen, you'll be living with me from this day forth.
What is going on?
You know what this is, Lord Rice. The fall of Wall Maria's got you acting a bit reckless. I suppose you thought you'd get your pretty little secrets to safer ground, huh?
Let Mom go! No! I'm not that girl's mother. I'm never.
Huh? Is this a decoy mom? Or maybe the whole time it was a decoy mom?
Even met her. Do whatever you want with her, but let me go.
Oh? You have anything to say about that, Lord Rice?
If it's a decoy mom, probably not.
Maybe it's just a coincidence the three of you are out here at the same time.
So be it.
You just giving up?
That's correct. These two have nothing to do with me.
I thought that might be the case.
Wait, what are you?
I'm so confused.
Ever employed at this estate, and nobody here has ever heard your...
What is going on right now?
And nobody here has ever heard your name. Sounds to me like you don't exist.
No way! Master, please! That isn't true! You have to tell them! What are they doing? Mother?
No way. No, no, no.
I'd never been born, I could...
Those were the last words my mother ever said.
Girl, I don't think that's your real mom. Oh!
No, wait.
My father proposed an idea. That if I were sent somewhere far away
Who are these people?
from life,
Why do they have so much say-so?
Your new name will be Krista Lenz. I beg for your forgiveness, child. Please know that everything I've done, I did to protect you.
Crappy job you did.
Not a day has passed that I haven't thought of you. You are special. The blood of the king flows through your vein. Yes, Historia. The true
Aaron, you better not be passing out.
by the Rice family. And as its heir, the power to save all of humanity now rests in your hands. Show you.
I'm sorry, what does the king's blood have to do? Is the king the
Honest,
maker of all the Titan people or what?
what happened? They didn't actually make you talk, did they? But we swore a vow of loyalty to the king.
I would have died for you, and you betrayed me for a better.
He never told us anything. He didn't get a chance to. We never questioned him.
Yeah, they tricked you.
The conversation you heard. We forced Ralph here to read off this script at knife point.
Then it was me
I mean,
who betrayed the king's secret.
not willingly, as your scars prove.
You're a devil.
Yes, I think you might be right about that. But I bet Pastor Nick felt the exact same way about you.
Facts.
That's why I felt sorry for you, Sonis. Not because your nails got plucked out, but because of what you've done with your life. You're pathetic, a grown-ass man wailing like an infant.
When one's time is over, another must take on the role that they used to play. And thus the world can never be cleansed of it. Best of luck, Angie.
Don't be acting like you were so holy. You've been killing people on command for like years now, okay?
It's time you filled them in.
Oh yeah, I guess I might as well.
Yes, let's fill us in.
Aaron?
Yeah.
Wait,
Aaron remembered a conversation between Ymir and Bertolt.
Suppose I have to believe you didn't want to eat anyone.
Based on this, we can speculate. Ymir used to be a mindless titan just like the others. Until she consumed someone. Someone from Bertolt and Rhina's group. We've never seen a titan turn back into a human by eating one before. That's it. Rhina's comrades aren't normal humans. And there's a different set of rules for humans that can turn into titans.
okay.
What is this? If a titan eats someone with that power, then it'll transform back into a human. What's more, they'll obtain whatever powers that human had. Battle the other day, Rhina was throwing titans at Aaron as he tried to run away. He knew that Aaron had the power to take command of feral titans with his scream. If Aaron's death would have meant that power was lost, he wouldn't have risked it. I think he hoped one of those titans would eat Aaron and take his power. If the government has a titan of their own, They'll use it to eat Eren.
But they can have the power for themselves.
Right.
It's the Titan who
Prepare to leave at once.
might be loyal to them? Okay.
I'll go tell Erwin everything we've learned about the Rice family.
I'm worried about him.
You head for Lord Rice's estate.
Is someone gonna like try and come do what they, go after him like they did Master Nick?
Pardon, sir, but the commander of the garrison has just arrived.
I finished reading your letter, and I have a few thoughts of my own.
I have a plan to retake Wall Maria and to depose the government.
The state could only hold people in this cramped world for so long before they began to lash out.
Should a certain hunch of mine prove to be correct, it may be possible for us to carry out this plan without military force. My objective, at least, is a bloodless coup. The catch is that the groundwork for this is yet to be laid out. And if things don't go as I think they will, there's no plan B.
Right.
Everyone else will be hanged.
Oh, is that all? So this is another one of your great gambles, then?
Seems I may be a betting man to the end. I expect the news to come shortly.
Commander, it's done.
Looks like my gamble might pay off, Commander. One of the first Interior Squad just confessed. The current king is a pretender to the throne. Rice is the true royal family.
Are you sure?
I've deployed my scouts. They're working to retrieve Eren and Historia. Once they're secured, we'll declare that Historia Rice is of royal blood and crown her as this country's queen.
Dang, that's a lot to throw on her.
This is true. The Urset's king will have no choice but to give up the throne.
Assuming that he does, we'll have staged a bloodless coup.
I'm convinced. You can count on my support. The final decision is out of our hands. You do understand that.
Who has the final decision? People?
Commander Erwin, the Interior Squad's put out a warrant for you.
Right.
Saying you had someone murdered.
Anji, leave town at once.
What do you
mean the guy that Kenny killed? The
face of the scout regiment.
dark guy?
I trust you to act at your own discretion. Also, I've chosen the scout's next leader, and it's you.
Three people?
Is right, Erwin?
That's Mr. Demo Reeves. He was the head of the Reeves Company.
Just yesterday at this exact location, Eren Yeager was abducted by a group of Reeves lackeys. However, Reeves was hired to do this by none other than the scouts themselves, in the hopes that they might avoid handing Eren Yeager over to the government. And then, when Reeves had outlived his usefulness, they killed him to stop him from talking. I can see what you scoundrels are doing. You're trying to monopolize Yeager's Titan power and keep it all for yourselves. That type of action violates Clause 6 of the Charter of Humanity. I trust that you're familiar with that law?
No.
Let's never prioritize their own gain over humanity's survival. Am I correct?
That you are. And because the Scout Regiment is in violation of this law...
You don't even have any proof!
...be arrested.
Dad.
Get the hell away from my husband!
When the battle for Trost first began, Mr. Reeves delayed evacuation efforts in order to preserve his wealth.
Yeah? So what's your point? Are you trying to say he deserved to die?
No, I'm not. Because upon his return to Trost, he found it on the verge of collapse. And instead of abandoning it, he planted his feet. He helped those who couldn't leave by striving to revive this city. That dream has been cut short by a knife in the dark. I swear this. I will avenge him. My father. He was a teacher.
Oh, okay, we're back to this. Got it.
One day we were studying history. Faced with the annihilation at the hands of Titans, humanity took refuge behind the walls and realized 100 years of peace. But in this process, we lost all records of what humanity's earlier past might have looked like. And so I asked my father a question. He gave me a fairly evasive answer. But when we got home that night, he sat me down and gave me the real answer. He told me the history books he received from the government were full of contradictions and mysteries. He then proceeded to tell me a theory of his. There was a reason he didn't share that theory with the entire class, but I wasn't smart enough to see it. I told the other children what he had told me.
Oh no.
One day, the MPs arrived to question me. My father didn't come home that night. They said he died in some kind of freak accident. But I knew that wasn't true. He'd been silenced by the government.
Dang.
107 years ago, when humanity fled to these walls, the king altered their collective memory to make them easier to rule. That was my father's theory.
Yes, I can see why the first king might do that. He must have believed that such knowledge would lead to civil strife.
Yes. But ever since I was a child, I've asked myself, why would the government have to kill my father for nothing more than getting close to the truth? Despite the cruelty of it, I'd hoped their motives at least might have been noble. But more recently, I've realized something about these men. What they're fighting to protect is not humanity, but their own gardens, houses, and lands. All they care about is suppressing those who dare to question their authority in any way. He was killed by human greed, and by the sheer stupidity of his own son.
That sucks.
But I know in my gut that my father's words were true. I've made it my mission in this life to atone to my father by showing the world he was right.
But how did they manage to do that?
The regiment has murdered a civilian. These people are dangerous. If you spot any of the people on these posters, report them immediately.
Captain, we bought the supplies.
The MPs were handing out these flyers. If this is true, the scouts will be dispersed.
Who's that supposed to be?
They say they'll be hunting for us in the mountains tonight.
We need to hurry and find Aaron.
He'll be fine. They're taking him on a wagon. That gives us 1 day before they reach Rice's estate. And we need every second we can get to come up with a plan.
Captain, I hear footsteps.
What? Dang it. So, Erwin's dad's theory was that the first king brainwashed his people so they would forget, I guess, about what life was like outside of the walls. Probably so they wouldn't try to leave. And then what? They made a religion off of it, and the followers just uphold this lie that the first king decided to tell. I mean, it's probably even deeper than that, but that's what I'm gathering from what Erwin told us. But to try and thrust Historia, I mean, yeah, Historia onto the throne is wild. You don't even know what kind of queen she would be. But I guess they're not really concerned about that. Well, we still have to see if the government somehow has their own Titan. Although, if a Titan had eaten Aaron, what would Bertold have done then? Bertold and Reiner have done then? Just like captured that Titan instead and hope that that Titan was less combative and like easier to get to? Like, if a Titan eats a person who has a power, how do you get that power from them? Do you eat that Titan, or how does that work? You know what I mean? I'm interested in what's going on here. So I wonder if next episode will be... Nah, probably not. They'll probably stretch this out. But I was gonna say if next episode will be the coup, but yeah, no, probably not. It's so interesting how Commander Erwin is always willing to be the martyr, or like to be the scapegoat for the scouts. He's like always ready to sacrifice himself for them. You know, I'm interested to see how will he get out of the situation of basically them rounding up all the scout regiment. Although, to be fair, the MPs are talking like they didn't all go to the same training camp. Like, okay. They're so bad. You guys are not that far removed in all actuality. I mean, you kind of are, because, yeah, I don't know. How do you go to the same training camp, go to a different training camp? I guess it's probably whoever's leading you. And if any of the MPs are like Jean when he first started out, he was only doing it for completely selfish reasons. They wanted to live somewhat of a cushy life. So maybe that also has to do with it. Because if you join the scouts, clearly you know you're not going to have a cushy life. Yeah, interesting. All right, well, I'm ready. So let's go on and check out the next episode. Episode 4.
Don't you think they have us spread out a little too much?
We're more likely to find them if we're not all in the same area.
You schemed this up so we'd get some alone time?
Oh, those are the guys,
No offense.
people that
You weren't my first choice.
whatchamacallit was working with.
Right. Well, good for you then.
Why would
Annie.
scouts murder a civilian and run for the hills? This is the same group of soldiers who consistently risk their lives for the sake of humanity.
Right.
Think about what they did to Stohess. The way they turned it into a battlefield. Annie's been missing ever since. They still haven't taken her junk out of my room.
But in doing so, the scouts also uncovered a Titan in hiding and took it prisoner. I highly doubt that the military police could have done that. How is disbanding the scouts what's best for humanity? Don't move!
Is that our group?
Turn around slowly. Not a sound. Don't say a word. Now listen and do exactly as I instruct.
Oh! Good night.
That's the way. Now hand your guns to the one in front.
Don't say a word, right?
Okay, Armin.
I know this is sudden, but it's time for your interrogation.
Okay. Is this gonna be like a calm or fortress?
Sure about this? I'm told that the evidence is strong, but with that said, I can't confirm anything I haven't seen.
So then, the Interior Police are running this case without oversight?
Hey!
Correct.
That out. I'm sorry about him, Commander Doc. Curie here is still just a rookie. Don't worry, the Interior Police aren't a subject we plan to write about. And the same goes for their new ODM gear.
Ooh.
Thanks, Roy. See, those guns are useless against Titans, but they're perfect for human combat.
Oh.
Where you go? That's a dead end, idiot!
Dang. Archie! So cool.
He disappears! Hey, what? Check the next alley!
You're the son of Demo Reeves, right?
I'm Flagle.
Flagle, nice to meet you. Assuming that you must know the truth about your father's death. Could you tell me how it happened?
I made a stop so that I could piss. That's when the Interior Police found my dad. There was a tall guy with a black coat and hat. He slit my dad's throat.
Now we can make the truth known publicly.
You're crazy! Haven't you seen today's newspaper?
No.
The MPs say you guys did it. Well, then that's the truth. My testimony means jack. The Interior Police know I saw everything. I'll be hunted for the rest of my life.
Join the scouts.
This way. Instead of
you can run with other people. We're all running.
You could stand up like a human and face your enemy even if they might kill you.
Why the hell would... Not everyone has the same disregard for their lives as you.
Your family, the company, don't you think they deserve to know the truth? You need to start thinking about what's best for you, too!
Hey, who's making a racket over the
Coming with me, Flagle.
Get past the checkpoint disguised as MPs. And snoop around until we find out where Aaron is. You're Stohess District Military Police. Private Marlowe Freudenberg.
Captain Levi, it's really him.
Same assignment, Private Hitch Drace. We'll need to dispose of you.
Because of what you did! Stohess was a graveyard! Over 100 people were killed!
Huh?
You're from the Southern Cadet Corps, right? So you trained with Annie Leonhardt. Were you a friend of hers? She was just afraid of people, like a scared little kid. Now I'll never get the chance to learn anything about her. She's officially listed as missing. You know why? Because one of your Titans turned her into an ugly red stain on the street!
Actually, no, it's because the Titan we captured was Annie Leonhardt herself.
Ta-da!
Damn it. It makes me sick. Nobody knows a thing about this world. We're letting you go, but we need to give ourselves a head start on you.
Annie.
Please.
You didn't even treat her nicely anyway, so...
I believe that the military police are in the wrong here. If there's any way that I can fight this world's injustice, then that's what I want to do!
I have no way of telling if you have enough resolve to make an enemy of the state. Let's go. Take them deeper into the woods and tie them up, Sasha.
Would you let me do it instead?
Why?
Knock yourself out.
You up to, John?
All right.
We'll forget everything we saw here.
I know you will.
Because both of you are about to die.
Huh?
He said to let us go. The captain might be a big softy, but I'm not.
What the heck?
You do what needs to be done.
John, no, I told you to kill these people.
Don't betray you. We know that you're fighting to protect humanity. As if I'd take your word for it.
Oh my gosh.
Trust you. Not with that hair.
He's not about to do this.
I would get a bowl cut on purpose. So how can I trust a single word you say?
Run, y'all.
Run, Hitch. I'll cover you.
This man is just ready to kill people now just because he didn't do it that one time.
Knife or the gun at your chin. We're on the same side here. Why the hell would anyone believe you want to join the Scouts?
Despite the odds, the Scouts are still fighting. But you're a Scout. You chose to risk your lives for others. So I'll trust you.
Sure.
Huh?
Even with my hands bound, I could have taken a swing at you with that knife and done some real damage. How did you know I wouldn't do it?
But you remind me of this annoying guy. Idiot.
Marlowe, I think you proved your dedication. This should be enough to convince Captain Levi. We'll be counting on you from here on out.
Now, was that the plan, or are you going rogue right now?
And checkpoint in the region.
Good. We'll handle
Oh, okay. That's fine with me.
your squad before they're suspicious.
Right.
Marlowe, Hitch, we're grateful.
Sir.
All right. This time we're picking the fight.
Now, how did the horse do that?
Stand down. It's with the Interior Police. I've got questions for him.
Look, they like to pull fingernails off.
Thanks, dumbass. There won't be any witnesses in an abandoned dump like this.
Correct.
I owe you big time. I mean, when you gave us the slip before, back in the alley, I really thought I was screwed. My boss would have killed me. Thanks for coming back, Flagle. Nice knowing you.
No! Wait!
Gosh dang.
Please. Why did my father have to die? What did my father do for you to justify killing him?
He betrayed us and started helping out those bastards in the Scout Regiment.
You guys had him kidnap those scouts?
Well, it was a different squad, but yeah.
And what if he'd refused to do it?
Oh, he knew way too much. We'd have killed him. I mean, we killed him anyway, but that's what he gets. The damn idiot. What made him think the Survey Corps could help this trash city?
Want to know the last thing my dad taught me? He said a good merchant should trust his nose.
He did say that.
Glad I listened. Because it led me to the people who could avenge him. And I side with them!
How about that?
Die here, piggy! What?
Every last one of us is a witness.
Yeah? Well, it doesn't matter. Because it's the government that decides what's true. Idiots! Don't even think for a second you can get away with this! You're in for a world of...
Listen.
Oh my gosh!
Now I'm in charge. Now on, you can count on me. That's a promise.
Oh, this man is not sitting on him.
Glad to hear it, Mr. Reeves.
Speak up next time!
Glad to see you stepped up. Hey, you give him hell, Flagle.
Right.
That is so freaking funny.
Screw you.
Where'd they take Aaron and Krista?
You think you're so brave? That post was manned by recruits. No one's gonna think you're heroes for beating them down.
Yeah, the guilt's tearing me apart.
Oh,
But what really gets at me...
oh my gosh.
I'm gonna suggest that you start talking while you're still able to use it. That's what you get for not answering my question. Where'd they take Aaron and Krista?
Don't know. Nobody told me, I swear. Kenny Ackerman doesn't like to make his business known.
Ackerman? That's your last name.
Somebody's coming towards us! There's more than one.
Told you, you're beat.
Not by his one arm.
You've seen better days. Soon you'll be sent before the king. Then his council will determine your sentence and what to do with the Survey Corps.
So you came.
Tell me now.
Torturous kind of interrogation, I see.
Stoas, was it? How are your children?
I trust they're all in good health.
They should be just fine. I haven't been home in a while, but it's in Walrose on the east side.
I had trusted something to Commander Pixis. Whenever that crucial moment comes, what happens next is out of my hands. It'll be your choice to make.
Must be nice he doesn't have to worry about his family because they live inside the cushiest wall of all, I think. I always forget the order of the walls.
So Historia can make all the claims about a name she wants, and it won't matter. They'll all amount to nothing.
But in truth, they're nothing more than cattle in a pen, simply waiting to die.
My apologies.
That's what Aaron used to say.
Ervin Smith has arrived.
Once Ervin has been executed, all will be according to plan.
Who is this guy?
The walls will be kept as safe as ever, and the king's peace will be ensured. Forever.
So who is this random guy who's playing the king who was bored out of his mind?
Ervin Smith.
I don't think we've seen him talk once.
Have any last words?
Oh, I want to see your... Why do they always do this? So, getting ready to have this coup. Although, weren't they just talking about how they know? Well, of course they already knew who Historia really was. So I'm wondering what steps in between disclosing that Historia is the heir to the throne and the coup actually being successful. Like, I feel like there's some steps in there that we haven't seen or heard and they haven't told us because they like to not tell us stuff to actually make this plan work. Maybe it is getting the word out to the actual people like Hanji and Flegel? Forget how you say his name. Like they did. And so that, you know, if the people know the truth, then the government will have a harder time lying to them. I'm very interested to see how are we gonna pull this off. And if we do pull it off, is Historia even gonna, are we gonna regret possibly putting her on the throne? I mean, at this point, clearly the king who is on the throne is not even running anything. It's the council of people behind him running everything. So if they put Historia on the throne and she doesn't have a council, it's just her, she's gonna have to do the work of like 8 other people. Well, it's getting real interesting. If you made it to this point in the video, thank you so much for watching with me. If you liked it, you can leave a like, and if you want to see more from me, consider subscribing. If you're interested in reactions like this, but you want them uncut early and you want some exclusive content as well, you can check out my Patreon, or you can become a member of the channel. Both of those links are in the description. Other than that, it's gonna be a wrap on this one, but I hope to see you guys in the next one. Peace.
Welcome to the party. It's your watch time friend. If you're seeing me, if you're listening, then it's time to watch something.